Hari Om, Pranams. Thanks, Mrs. Vani, for the introduction. We chant with three Omkars. We chant Sahana Avatu. Then we invoke the grace of the Gurus, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu. We chant Shuklam Bharadram and then get into this subject proper, Taittiriya Upanishad. तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। Taittiriya Upanishad, we have discussed. It has got 4 chapters major that we have discussed in the last class. I will only briefly touch it. First part is called the Shiksha Valli that we have begun in the last class. We will continue. The second chapter is called Brahmananda Valli. The third is called the Bhrigu Valli. And the fourth is called Narayana Valli. It is also called Mahanarayana Upanishad. That is a part of Taittiriya Upanishad. Each one of these vallis has got a separate Shanti part. Shiksha Valli. Bhrigu and Brahmananda Valli, they have the same Shanti part. It is always prescribed that there is a particular Shanti part for a particular portion. So, Shiksha Valli, we have discussed, we will chant it together before we go into the text proper. I hope all of you know this. Last time I had given the handouts, probably you have brought that handout also, because there is a reason this time I didn't print it, with the hope that you would all bring it. How many of you have this Shanno Mitraha? No. All right. We will do one thing, we will make an adjustment. We will do it lead and follow. Because that we saw in the last class, Shiksha Valli, there is a particular way of chanting a mantra. It has to be chanted like that. We saw where we have to rise it, where we have to bring Varnaha, Swaraha, Matraha, Valam. These rules are not to be violated. It is also said if we chant without this properly, then there is a possibility that you may not get the desired result, number one. Number two, according to the Vedas, it might be counterproductive. It might give, if you make some changes in the chanting method, only in case of Kama karmas. When you are doing it with Nishkama karma, only for the sake of realization and Atma Jnana, they say you can violate, there is no rules. Anyway, here in this case it may not apply to you, but still we will follow the rules. Harihi Om, please repeat. शन्नो मित्रश्यं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः शिक्षां व्याख्यास्यामः वर्णस्वरः मात्राबलं सामसन्तानः इत्युक्तशिक्षाध्यायः. This portion we had finished in the last class. In fact, Taittiriya Upanishad, the first Anuvaka itself is a Shanti mantra. There is a lot of description. We went through very in detail. And Anuvaka number 2, though it is little, we went through thoroughly in detail. It is about the Shastra. How are we to chant the various mantras? That we went in the last class very thoroughly. We talked about Varnaha, Swaraha, Matrabalam, where it originates. So we went in through the entire technique, science of phoneticology, how we have to chant the various mantras. That was the second Anuvaka. So from there we are going to continue. Now we are into the third Anuvaka. Third Anuvaka is with you. Briefly we will understand. This Shiksha Valli is not for attaining moksha. Is not for attaining moksha. Then what? This is to make us become fit. That is called Yogyata Siddhyattam. Jnana Yogyata Siddhyattam. This entire Shiksha Valli is there. And to get this, what we do is various prescriptions are given. We say Kaya, Vacha, Manasa. We have got what are called Kayaka karmas, Manasika karmas and Vachika karmas. Kayaka karma, Vachika karma, Manasika karma. They are the various things prescribed. What for? So that we become fit, we become eligible, we get yogyata to attain jnana. And Panchamahayajna is called the Kayika karma, connected to the body. In the Manasika, Vachika karma, all of you have been practicing. You will do some Parayanam. Parayanam, you are going to chant only once. And whereas Japa is also a Vachika karma, but there you are going to repeat a number of times. But Manasika karmas are different kinds of upasanas. There are 5 upasanas which is prescribed in this Upanishad, in the Shiksha Valli, and we are going to take one most powerful upasana called Mahasangita Upasana. We are going to do in detail. This whole purpose is ultimately to make us fit for meditation only. We are going to meditate, But that is going to make us become fit or to get the jnana. We are going to get a jnana yogyata siddhyatam. We are going to. Now we will enter into, because I wouldn't like to repeat, because we have got a lot of things to cover today. This is an entire chapter. The entire small this thing is given to you. This is a big anuvaka. We are going to take it in small pieces. Relevant, we will divide only where it is to be stopped. We will take first lead and follow, and then we will see the meaning. First we will chant the first portion. Sahanau yashaha. Please repeat. Sahanau brahma varchasam. Atata sagham hitaya upanishadam vyakyasyamaha. Panchaswadikaraneshu Adilokamadi Jyotishamadi Vidyamadi Prajamadhyatmam Tamagha Saghamita Itya Chakshate. This is an introduction to this. Before starting this Samhita Upasana, the Guru and the Shishya, they are making a prayer. Saha Nau Yashaha. They says, may we all get, become popular, may we all become attractive. Why are they asking this? Why should they become popular? Why should they attract people? The purpose is simple. Not to get any awards, Padma Shri, Padma Vibhushan or something like that. Why Yashas? Yashas is, they want to, because they have learned, they want to spread it. When do you spread? People should come. Our meditation study circle is organizing. They are doing. What is their expectation? People should come. So, in that way, if Vani and her team pray, that may we become yashas, successful, nothing wrong. As long as the motive is not to make little more money or do something like that. Yashas here is not to be confused with making little more money or material wealth. So they are praying that may we become this Sahanau Yashaha. And then it says Sahanau Brahma Varchasam. Brahma Varchas will come. You will get Kada. Kada, no? Tejas. Tejas will never come, by any amount of this fair and lovely for women and fair and handsome for men. Any amount of application, fair and lovely, it may do something to the skin. But if your mind is corrupt, if there are bad thoughts, in Kannada they say, Avarvantara Handi Makanta. You might have dressed well. The best makeup, you may go to the best parlor and get your makeup. But inside, if the thoughts are vulgar, there is no attraction. That virtus, that tejas is not there. So the Guru and Shishya, Saha, no. That we know, we have seen it in Shanti Mantra also, Sahana Avatu. There also, even you split it, Saha, no, Avatu, together becomes Sahana Avatu when you split it. Here together, may we all get what? The Tejas. May we become successful. Why? To spread. The purpose is because I have learned from my Guru, and the only way of paying gratitude to the Guru or the Guru Dakshina is share it, distribute it to as many people as possible. That is how he says Sahanau Yashaha. Sahanau Brahma Varchasam. By having good thoughts in the mind. Ata Sagam Hitaya Upanishadagam Vyakya Syamaha. There are some little testing words. Ata means thereafter. after finishing all this, especially the previous Shiksha Valli, they have learned the chanting properly, perfectly. And after knowing this Vyakarana Shastra, the method of chanting, he says, now we are going to expound, we are going to discuss what? Here Upanishadam means, not the Upanishad, it is called Upasana. The meaning here in this context Upanishadam is that now we are going to train ourselves into Sagam Hitaya Upanishadam. Sagam Hitaya is a word, it means Samhita. When you divide it, it becomes Sagam. We are going to learn, what is that? Samhita Upasana. We are going to learn. That is the keyword. So it's one of the most, as you go, you will appreciate, this is one of the most exciting part of this Taittiriya Upanishad. We are going to realize this, and then he says, Panchasu Adhikaraneshu. There is going to be a set of, 5 set of objects, Panchas. Adhikarana, objects. 5 sets of objects would be there. And what are they? Adilokam, Adijyotisham, Adividyam, Adiprajam, Adhyatman. You will see a very, very logical sequence in this. Adilokam is about the whole universe, the physical universe beyond. Adi Jyotisham, Jyotisham, not Jyotishya. Jyotisham means luminaries, the various luminaries. Then Adi Vidyam, the department of education. And then Adi Prajam, it's about the progeny. Adhyatmam, Atma, you know, in Vedanta, in different contexts, different things are given. In this particular context, Adhyatman means to the body. These are the 5 topics. What are the topics? Adilok, please be with me. Adilokam, Adijyotisham, Adividyam, Adiprajam, Adhyatman. See, let us understand it as you thoroughly. And then when you chant, this is actually, this is chanted everywhere. This Taittiriya is going to be the most sacred, most powerful of all the Upanishads. And everywhere in, I call both civil and criminal cases, means when people die also. In civil cases, when you have the birth and marriage and all that, this is chanted. The chanting itself, you know, it has been found that if chanted properly, the chanting itself has got lots of powerful effects on our body, mind and intellect and beyond. When you see the meaning, even more. When you practice the meaning, you get the highest. What is this Samhita Upasana? Samhita is, I said Sagamhita. Samhita is a set of a grammar rule where 2 words, there is a chanting, and there 2 words are there. When they join, the 2, they will get a different word produced. For example, I do not know this. I have written here, Ishetva. Every Veda starts with a particular mantra. I have taken this Yajur Veda mantra. Yajur Veda starts with this mantra, Ishetva. There are 2, Ishe and Tva. These are the 2 letters. Now what happens is, the 2 letters, they are 2 separate. When they join, you get what is called a Sangita. The first half, Ishe, A is the word. A is the letter. A is the letter. And in Tva, the first word is Th. When they join A of Ishe, Ta of Tva, it becomes Ta. It is the grammar rules. Later on you have to go to the different meaning. This is the grammar rules. And this grammar rule, what? One portion of one word and one letter of the other portion, together they join, that is called sandhi, and that produces a new word called tha, it is called sandhanam. And the earlier word, what is that? A of ishe, it is called the purva rupam, and th of tva is called the uttara rupam. This is called the prior form, purva rupam, posterior form, uttara rupam. That the joining place is called junction sandhi. That produces one more word called sandhanam. Purva rupam, uttara rupam, sandhihi, sandhanam. This is a grammar rule. This grammar rule is adopted by, in this Upanishad, by the Rishi to as an alambana for upasana. Am I going too technical? It is taken as a support for, let us say, meditation. It is taken as a support alambana for meditation. We take various alambanas, when we want to meditate. You might take a figure, an idol of a god, Rama, Krishna, Shiva, or you might take a symbol, or you might take so many, even people use darba, the kusha, that is used, those of you who have closely watched the Shraddha karmas and the other karmas, depending on two darbas, three, either they being Vishwadeva, Pitru, Vishnu, the various powers are invoked into the darba. And people also do with this, these grass one. You invoke Vinayaka into that cow dung. They are called the various alambanas, and people also do puja with the support of what is called adike, arekan, the round one. That is used. That is used as an alambana, as support to invoke. And here, for meditation on 5 lokas, they are going to use the 5 lokas. They are going to be invoked on these 4. What are they? Because we must understand it well. Purva rupam, uttara rupam, sandhihi, sandhanam. This, why they have used this? Because the students were familiar with this concept. They have, that is why it is said, they have already learned. We are going to use that technique for do the upasana. It is called samhita upasana because this grammar rules, this sandhi sandhanam, that becomes the basis, or we call it as alambana, samhita alambana upasana. So it is called samhita upasana. Why are we calling it as Mahasamhita? I think it is said this, no? Atadagam Sagamhitaya Upanishadagam Vyakyasama Panchasu Adhikaraneshu. What are we going to import? 5 sets of objects. 5 sets of Panchasu Adhikaraneshu. The 5 sets of objects, we are going to do the upasana, placing them in 4 places, Purva, Uttara, Sandhi, Sandhanam. This concept, I hope it is clear. And Ta Mahasamhita Itya Chakshate. That is what we have seen. This is called Mahasamhita because of 2 things. Number 1, these rules, Purva Rupa, Uttara Rupa, Sandhi, Sandhanam, they are the Vedic portions. We are going to invoke objects on the Vedic letters. So it is great because Vedic words are so special. So it is number 1. It is called Mahasagam. Mahasagam is because they are invoked on the Vedic text. And the second one that you will see later, the objects that we are going to do the upasana are also great. So, this is the introduction of how are we to do with the upasana. Now, we will take the next person. One after the other, we will take the upasanas. Atadilokam, please repeat. Pruthivi purvarupam Dhyavrutthara rupam Akashasandhihi Vayusandhanam Ityadilokam. We will chant it together now. Atadilokam. Together. Atadilokam Pruthivi purvarupam Dhyavrutthara rupam Akashasandhihi Vayusandhanam Ityadilokam. So we are now going to start with this upasana. First upasana, we said this is going to be Panchasu Adhikaraneshu. The names were mentioned. In the beginning it was said Adhilokam, Adhijyotisam, Adhividyam, Adhiprajam, Adhyatmanam. So we are now taking the first set of objects. It is called Adhi. In fact, we must call this as Adhilokam Upasana. We have to call this as Adhilokam Upasana. Now, there is a method of doing this upasana. What you have to do is imagine there is a stage. I want you to be totally attentive. Imagine there is a stage. There are 4 chairs on the stage. And this, let us call this one chair as Purva Rupam. Next, Uttara Rupam. Next, Sandhihi. Next, Sandhanam. These 4 chairs are common. On these 4 chairs, we will have one after the other 5 sets of objects. So, how many objects we will have total? Each time we are going to have 4. How many sets of objects? 5. 5 into 4, 20. Simple mathematics. And what we do is, first we will invoke on each one of them and start meditating the glory of the particular portion in the mind. This is called, that's very important. Now understanding is upasana is nothing great, but ultimately we have to do the upasana. And there are lots of benefits we will discuss in the end. Imagine 4 chairs and you are installing, let us say, 4 dignitaries, let us call that. And you are going to do the Pada Puja or whatever. And then at the end of it, we will say, please go, next set. No, we do the Yatasthanam Pratistapayami. We know, that's how we get, even morning Sandhya also we know you get here. You are going to Avahana of Gayatri here. And then you will say, come on, please go. So, we will install on the 4 chairs, but the chairs will remain same. And we will get next 4 dignitaries. Then next 4, next 4, next 4. Chairs are same. So, what is same? Samhita is same. Purva Rupam, Uttara Rupam, Sandhi, Sandhanam. That is same. But we will have different dignitaries, one after the other. Okay. Now, what are we going to do? You see the chanting. Atha Adi Rupam. Now, we are going to do the upasana of Adi Lokam. What is the Alambana? Samhita. We are calling it Samhita Upasana because Alambana is the support for all this. So, it is called Upanishad. Atha Adi Lokam. Pruthivi Purva Rupam. Purva Rupam, one chair is there. There you start seeing Prithvi. Prithvi is very simple, our earth. Dyauhu Uttara Rupam. Dyau is that heaven. That is the Uttara Rupam, the second chair. And then, what is that junction which is connecting the earth and that Akasha, the space. And everywhere you will find Vayu. Now you have to start seeing the greatness of this Upanishad is we have got to see this very much in detail, one after the other. Start visualizing the earth itself. Assume that you are on a pad, you have learned to fly. Start going up. You will see this Bangalore, then the Karnataka. I want you to start visualizing Karnataka, then India, then further Asia continent, and then you see the entire earth. And then when you start going still, you will be seeing in a higher plane, and when you go up, you will see our earth is a small ball of mud in our solar system. When you go up, you will see there are millions and trillions of solar systems, and out of that our solar system is not even a speck of dust. I am talking about the entire solar. There are crores of light years, still Akash is there. And why? Now, if the whole solar system is not even a speck of dust, entire solar system, what about our earth? Earth is only one insignificant planet in our solar system. Out of dust, how much is our earth? Out of that, what is our 2/3 water, 1/3 land, our Asia continent, our Mera Bharat Mahan. If the solar system is a speck of dust, what is that? And what is our Asia continent? India. And out of that Karnataka, Bangalore, then 30-40 sites in that. Are you understanding? Actually, when you start visualizing, your mind becomes so broad. And see, when you do this upasana, it should be done. Start seeing, see how insignificant our solar system is, and then start seeing what should be the creator. That's how you must start visualizing. And our mind becomes very broad. And other space, so we are going to do the upasana, and when you thus do it, you will see how small we are, how great the whole Brahmanda is. So we are now first doing on the first chair, you are going to see, go on, you see, you must go on seeing it, Prithvi, and then next is what? Dyauh, heavenly world. And that where it meets is the Akasha. Akasha is that meeting point of both Prithvi and this. And Vayu is Sandhanam. Itti Adi Lokam. Thus ends our meditation on the. No, we only talked. We have not done it. We will do it possibly in the end. We will take the next one. Adit Jyotisham. Agni Purva Rupam Aditya Uttara Rupam Apasandhihi Vaidyutas Sandhanam Ityadi Jyotisham. Please repeat it together. Together, please repeat. That's the next one. No, next we will take. We have taken the second set of objects. You will see here, I have written here, the letters, the Samhita is Vedic combination of letters, Purva, Uttara. This is chosen because the students are familiar with this. That is how it is taken, because they have been in the Gurukula, They have understood the grammar rules. Every now and then they were talking. And first set of objects, Adilokam, we saw the universe. Universe, Adilokam, Samhita, Upasana, we have finished. Now we have taken Adi Jyotisham. We are going to do the Upasana on Jyotisham. Jyotisham means luminaries. What are they? Agni, Purva Rupam. In the first chair you are going to install and do the Upasana on the Agni, the fire. The second chair you are going to become, you are going to see Aditya, the sun. The third junction, Sandhihi, you are going to have Apaha. And then Vaidyuta Sandhanam. Vaidyuta is that lightening. Now, this Agni is something that we see here. There you will find, we will see in that the first set, Prithvi is Bhuhu. So, then you have seen the three lokas, Bhur, Bhuva, Swaha. They are there. Agni, the Prithvi, Dev and Akasha. They are representing Bhur, Bhuva, Swaha. You see in the Gayatri, Bhur, Bhuva, Swaha, no? They are the three lokas. Adi here. Now, Adi Jyotisham, we are now going to discuss to do the Upasana. Now, what we have done? All these four dignitaries, we have sent them. Yatasthanam Pratistapayam. Now we have invited how many more people? Oh. In Purva Rupam, we have installed Agnihi. What is the speciality of Agnihi? Agnihi is here in the Bhuloka. Look. And there you see in the space who? Surya. So in the second one, Uttara Rupam, you are going to start seeing the Aditya, the sun. And then the third seat, you are going to see Apaha, means water. And then Vaidyuta is that Minchu, lightning. Now I want you to start visualizing. Both here we have the fire, which is the source for heat. And everywhere else you have the sun is the source of heat. Minus sun, nothing will have. Minus sun means S-U-N sun. Don't bother about S-O-N sun. Always start thinking of that S-O-S-U-N sun. We always think of S-O-N. That you must start. Visualize, I want you to start. Without fire here, very difficult. And what about the absence of the sun? Sun little here and closer will disturb all our life. Today, we have temperature. It is because of the sun. We have the plants growing. By whom? The sun. All little colder, little hotter, it becomes unfit for living. Now, one more thing is brought about here. What is that? Apaha. Apaha here means, we now first visualize Agnihi. In fact, in Sandhya mantras, morning you do the Upasana on the sun. Evening you do the Upasana on Agni. You will see the Sandhya mantras, powerful mantras. They are there. Those of you who have seen, have chance, go through the Sandhya mantras. Highly powerful, meaningful. Sun is on the higher here, and what they are meaning Apaha is the element of water in the clouds. Water in the clouds. Start seeing for some time, go on meditating the creation of the Lord. No, again, in each one of them we must see the glory of the Lord. This is the purpose. Just start seeing, and we are small things we say. Start seeing, that is Agni Upasana is extremely popular. And Agni Upasana means with all reverence, see Agni. Agni because he is called the Havya Vahaka. You can invoke into him you get the Pitrus, Vishwadeva and whatever Devas you said, he will come and he is going to do the courier service. You say, Indraya Nama, Indraya Idam, Indraya Swaha, Indraya Idam Namama. There you must tell that it is not mine. I am giving also should not be there. When you do that, he gives that. Agni is called the Havya Vahaka, whatever Havis you give, and you just tell the postal address, he will deliver it promptly, without delay, and to the right address. And look at the benefits. You are all the food that you are preparing without Agni. Agni, don't say, I don't have firewood, I have the gas. That's also Agni. Even the light that you have inside your puja room also is Agni. Sit seeing your life without Agni. Please develop reverence to the Agni. And sun, you can't, is any amount of mention about the sun is insufficient. And this water in the clouds, see, how did that come? How did that come? You have got this sea water, because of the heat of the sun it is taken up. What kind of heater? To heat and make the sea water become a vapor, and it is there in the cloud. What else? If you say, no, there is no God, I don't believe. How can this? I do not know whether I shared with you in one of these classes. There was a great senior scientist, very powerful scientist, and he said he was traveling in a train, an elderly person. He saw in the train one young boy reading a book. It's a Bible, book of Bible. And this senior scientist asked, hey, what are you reading? What are you? He said, I am a scientist. Oh, okay. Now, what are you reading? He said, I am reading Bible. Hey, this, you scientist, you are reading Bible. We must be model to, and he gave, all right, when you have some time, take this card, come to me, take an appointment and come. I will really teach you what really science is. But he said, this man was keeping quiet. And after that, when he was about to get down, I didn't find out who is this. This senior scientist asked that young man, can I have your card? He wrote, Thomas Alva Edison. Then he says, I am talking to this scientist. Then he said, no, I am very sorry. I should know. I didn't know you are this great. All right. He reversed. No, you give me one appointment, I will come. Then Thomas Alva Edison, angered to that, he gave answer. On that appointed time, the senior scientist, an elderly person with so many PhDs to his credit from America, and he went there. And when he went there, he was taking around Thomas Alva Edison. In one room, he saw the various models of the various planets and this and that. The models were there. And this senior scientist asked him, hey, your son, yeah. He said, who made all this? He said, nobody. He said, nobody. Did you make? No, I didn't make. Did anybody make? No, nobody made. Hey, he says, if there is an object, there must be somebody who has done that. It can't simply happen. It is illogical, unscientific. Then Thomas Alva Edison says, if for this model to come into this world, there must be one creator. What about this universe? Are you understanding? When you see the Agni, when you see the Surya, this is, friends, this chapter looks simple, but when you start meditating, you really reach great heights. I don't want you to lose your time till tomorrow. Tonight, you please do the Upasana. Sit down, see the Purva Rupam, Agni, see this, and see the water vapors in the clouds. Who brought those water into those clouds? Think. What kind of, small little heating of this water, you need so many kilowatts of power. To pump up from a distance, to lift the water, heat it up, make it into steam, take it into the clouds, what does? And also see the miracle of the water going to inside the coconut. You know, coconut? You have seen. How can that go? Come on, you, by any technique in the science, you put water into the coconut. From here, it is pumped up to all the leaves and that gets collected. What a miracle, friends. If this can't rises up and start becoming really religious people, nothing else can help. This is how this upasana is so great. Adi lokam, adi jyotisam. What does it say? Apasandhihi vaidyutas sandhanam. Vaidyutas sandhanam is that lightning. Lightning is one which connects. Now we are seeing once in a way the light. But it is said, I am referring to some information, every 3 seconds or 3 minutes, which we do not know, there is always somewhere some lightning. Lightning is going on every 3 seconds. There is some lightning somewhere. It is that which connects all this, that which connects sky to the earth. That which connects sky to the earth. That is that Vaidyuta Sandhanam. Start meditating, and then our meditation on, this says, Ityadi Jyotisham. With that, the meditation, we have got the 4 people. What are the 4 people on the 4 chairs? Agnihi, Adityaha, Apaha, Vaidyuta. Start seeing, you must start seeing, and start seeing that great intelligence, that supreme reality in that. Okay, now with that, Adha, now iti adi jyotisham. With this, jyotisham is over. That means our upasana, adi samhita upasana on what? Jyotisha is over. Jyotisha means luminaries. Now we will take the next upasana. Adadi vidyam Acharya Purva Rupam Ante Vyasuttara Rupam Vidya Sandhihi Pravachanagam Sandhanam Ityadi Vidyam. We will read it together. We will start together. Atadi Vidyam, like that. Vajanagam Sandhanam. See, there is a logic in the entire upasana. I wanted to see, there are so many, as you go on depth, it is, one day is not sufficient to explain this upasana. I am only trying to finish it in one day. See the order of this upasana. What is the upasana? From the 3rd line, Adi Lokam. And then we came to Jyotisham, Adi Vidyam, Adi Prajam, Adhyatma. Adhyatma means body. We started with Brahmanda, macrocosmos, to the body, micro. This is called Brahmanda to Pindanda. See the logic, the 5 upasanas are so scientific. We start from Brahmanda, Adi, first one, Adi Loka Upasana, Adi Loka Upasana, and then we will end with Adi Atma. Atma here I said is body. Adi Sharira Samhita Upasana is the last one. Now we have taken education. We have finished what? Adi Lokam, and then Jyotisham, the luminaries. Now the 3rd upasana is Atha Adi Vidyam. That means now we are going to do Adi Vidya Samhita Upasana. Now the 4 chairs are again vacated. Yathasthanam Gatistapayami. Okay, now you must imagine, everywhere you see Purva Rupam, Uttara Rupam, Sandhihi, Sandhanam. Are you observing it? Okay. It says, now we are going to do the Vitya. Acharya Purva Rupam is very simple. For what is that? We require the Guru. What is Acharya? The teacher, the preceptor who is going to teach. And in the second chair, Antevasi. Antevasi is one who lives near residential school. Those days Vidya was, the Shishyas used to be with the Gurus, and he is that. Antevasi is a disciple, a Shishya who lives close to the Guru, watches the Guru, knows more from, not merely from his words, but by his actions. But he also should be an Acharya. Acharya we have installed. Next we have said Antevasi. Acharya is one who got, not only learned from his Guru, who has practiced it and learned it. You know, that's why he says you can't read from book to book. And our Pujya Swami Brahmaji, he says, whatever you talk should come from Mastaka, not from Pustaka. From Pustaka, it has to go to the Mastaka. Nothing wrong in reading. When you read, it should go into your Mastaka. Then what, how can it go to Mastaka? Not meeting, Shravan, read, Manan, and then own it. And with your experience, practice, you speak. So, Acharya should be a qualified teacher, because any education, those days Gurukulas, they were the people, and there were no admission fees. There was no monthly fees. There was this type of Gurukula. And no, all are different, whether it's Krishna or Kuchela. This king's son or a beggar's son, same. Everybody has got, what a great way of education. I think we must get back into those old days, where now today education is unaffordable. You have to stand in queue for 2.5 kilometers for 2 days to get one application form. You pay money, and what a horrible stage we have brought ourselves in. Education is sold, which was not being sold. Education was not being sold. And last time, last year, for the after MBBS, for the postgraduate qualification, radiology course was sold for 4.16 crores. Look at the selling of education. What a pity. I think we must start do something about this. Number one, Acharya is qualified, he is giving his. And Shishya also should be a qualified. He must have, I have seen in the colleges also, there are 3 types of students. Last year, this year itself, we trained about 2,000 students in RV. One category of the students, majority is, they now raise and ask questions. I have found out one reason why they stand up and ask questions is to impress person of the opposite sex. A boy stands up and looks at the girls. What a question. That is one. Number 2 reason I have found in the colleges is, this lecturer doesn't know. I will ask, so his face will go down. Some students ask question to impress others of the opposite sex. Some people ask the question to bring down the teacher. But there are some students who are hungry, who I want to know, that is why I ask questions. If free time is there, they will somehow find some time, go to the teacher and get it. That should be the kind of teacher, student. Antevasihi Uttara Rupam. What should be the quality of the student? And why do they meet? Vidya Sandhihi. That is to get knowledge. The purpose of the Guru and the Shishya coming is to get education, learning. And learning here is both spiritual plus materialistic. Nothing wrong, In fact, nobody says the whole, you must stop all the materialistic progress, only go to the other. In fact, there must be a healthy blend of the spirituality of the East and the modernization of the West. That's what Swami Vivekananda said. We must have a blend of this. So education should be both material education and spiritual education. And then pravachanagam sandhanam. What is the pravachanam here means what is the point, what is the purpose, what is the link between these two is pravachanagam means verb contact for teaching process is called pravachanagam. So we are invoking, see the glory of the teacher, the antevasi, the students, and the vidya and this. So this pertains to the third step, and we will go to the fourth one. Adhadi prajam, repeat. Mata purva rupam pidottara rupam prajasandhihi prajananagam sandhanam it adi prajam. We'll repeat together. Jananagam sandhanam ityadi prajam. Now, atha adi prajam means after finishing what? Three upasana. What are they? At least let us remember. Adilokam, adidyotisam, adividyam. After that, now atha, we are going to do adiprajanam samhita upasana. That should be the technique. Atha adiprajam. Now prajam means what? Progeny. This is the fourth set of upasana. The third. Adiprajam is about the progeny. Progeny, reproduction. We must vamsha uddhara. It is the purpose of this. It is necessary. There, in this chair, you are going to see Mata Purva Rupam, the mother. Pitaha Uttara Rupam, the father in the second chair. Third, Progeny, Praja. The fourth chair, Prajananamam, conjugal union. You will see again this logic. The previous was about the Vidya. That pertains to the Brahmacharya ashrama. I want you to observe that. There are lots of deeper things. Now after Brahmacharya, you have come to Grihasthashram. Straight away don't go to sannyasa. They are important. Brahmacharya ashrama is important. All are called ashramas. All of them are designed so that we evolve. Brahmacharya ashrama, from there he might become a sannyasi or he might become to, of course that convocation address you will get in this Shiksha Valli. It's a fantastic one, applicable for all times everywhere. Now in a Grihasthashrama, one of the main purposes is Vamshodhara, and that requires the mother's role is very, very important. Mother's role, I don't want you to look only at the biological angle, the uterus, womb and all that, but see something behind. What is the role of the mother in producing? The purpose of marriage is, nowadays, you know, the present trend is, this means marriage means is only for other sexual enjoyment and all that. But the real purpose of a marriage, of a man and woman coming together, is, the purpose is to produce good children, progeny. And this is also one way of paying back the gratitude. All of us we have got, I think I told you in the earlier, we have got Bhagavad Runa, Mata Pitru Runa, Acharya Runa. Bhagavad Runa, of course, that we have seen. We have to take care of the nature and all that. How do you take care of the Acharya Runa? We have learned from my Acharyas. He has learned from his Acharyas. How are we pay back? Same. Have learn and teach. In fact, Pravachanam is as, why I am doing it here? Not to educate any one of you. I am getting educated. I have to only thank our meditation circle, Vani and others to have given me this opportunity to think aloud. But in that process, if somebody is getting some little knowledge of our scriptures, I am delighted. And how do we pay back the gratitude of our parents, grandparents? Produce children. Get married, produce children. Prajanagam is Purvarupam Mata. Pita Uttara. Progeny is production. But the production of children, it is the duty of all married people. Nowadays, unmarried also. But we stick to our Indian tradition, where still children are generally produced after marriage. Now, the purpose of a marriage is to produce the right kind of children. And those children, it is the responsibility of parents to produce good children. In fact, the whole process itself, not only the marriage ceremony, the various mantras, that the last one, the Prajananagam, congenial union, what we call as Sambhoga, that also was dharmic. There is a method, if you look into our scriptures, they say, I am going to do the Garbha Dhanam with this purpose. And the kind of the mind, see, very important, the kind of mind of both the man and the woman at the time of intercourse has got lot of effect on the kind of children that will be produced. You also know in history what was response, same father, Pandu, Dhritarashtra and Vidura. This in Mahabharata. There, the kind of the mind is very important. At that moment, what should be the kind of mind is very important. And Mataru, the purpose is to produce. Now start seeing, there again, this is a law of the nature, how the Lord has created that seed in the man and the egg in the woman, and how at the right time they become, and how I want you to, no science can explain how this can happen, and start seeing the greatness of this. Now we are going to take the next one. Okay. Adara, now we'll take Athadhyatmam, please repeat. Athadhyatmam Adarahanu Purvarupam Uttarahanuruttararupam Vaksandihi Dihvasandanam Ityadatmam. We will repeat together. Purvarupam Uttarahanuruttararupam Vaksandihi Vikvasandanam Ityadyatmam. Okay. It says, now we are going to do the Upasana, very simple. We started with what? Universe, Brahman. Now we come to, but I think this is very easy. Here, a particular thing, a portion of the body which is responsible for the speech is taken, only for an example. Now start seeing this. What? We are going to do Adhi Atma or Adhi Sharira Samhita Upasana. Every time you have to add that. When it says Athadhyatmam, you say Atha, means after finishing all that, we are going to do what? Adhi Sharira Samhita Upasana. Now you will make up your mind that you are going to do it now. Start, be with me, start doing it right now. He says Adara Hanu, first here Adara Hanuhu Purva Rupam. In the first chair, Adara Hanuhu, Hanuhu means Ja. Adara is a lower Ja. Adara Hanuhu. That comes from this word Hanumanta. Hanuman has got a protracted, prominent Ja. It's called Hanumanta. Now we are putting here Adara Hanuhu Purva Rupam. Uttara Hanuhu Uttara Rupam. The upper jaw. And I want you to observe what great research these our people have made. Just try, when you are talking, I want you to observe which jaw is moving. Not move, only lower. What? This is not moving. You can touch a half an hour, 1 hour, you can do nothing happens here. All the movements is of the lower when you are speaking. This is, we call it a Purva Rupam. Adara. Adara Hanuho. The Hanuho means jaw, lower jaw in this chair. Uttara Hanuho. And then Vak Sandhihi. Speech is one when they meet. Here, of course, don't say when these jaws move, I eat. That is also. Certainly, I don't dispute that. After most of the time, we are doing only that. As once in a way, we give rest. And here, what is mentioned is when this moment, the purpose is what? Speech is coming here. And the link, Sandhanam, Purvarupam, Uttararupam, Sandhihi, Sandhanam. The link is the tongue. Hey, look at I am only one portion of the body. Look at the fate of this softest part of your body is the tongue. The tongue is the soft. And that is amidst 32 strong people. 16 up, except those who have lost. All mature people. 16. 32 strong teeth. And in that soft tongue, extremely rare that the teeth bites the tongue. I wanted to see the skill of the tongue. For 40, 50, 60 years, it is amidst these safely. You have in your house, Uttarahanuhu, your elderly people, lower your son-in-law, daughter-in-law, in between them you are suffering. Let us learn the skill of living. As I told you, this Upanishad is so great. As you go on deeper, you get something. Look at the creation of the world. It is safe, soft tongue, and it requires both these just for proper speech. And what is that? Uttarahan Rutvak Sandhihi, Jihva Sandhanam. Jihva, the speech. Vak comes, and this different types of sounds will come. And teeth properly not there, then you will have different sounds. Nobody can understand. Look at this creation of this Lord. Each one. And if this cannot rise us our level of meditation to the higher, who else can do? See the Vak Sandhihi. So, see what is that? We'll see it again. Adarahanuhu Purvarupam. Close your mind, close your eyes and start seeing Uttara, Adarahanu. See inside, walk coming out. Jihva, the tongue coming up. Ittiri Atman. We'll take the next portion. Iti ma magha sagham hitaha. Yayevameta mahasagham hita vyakyata veda. Sandhiyate prajaya pashubihi. Brahma vartasena nadhyena suvargena lokena. This is simple for us. This is going to be after all, why did we spend so much time? What is the benefit? The pala is given here. Iti ima maga samhitaha. Sagamhita, I told you in the beginning, is equal to samhita. Iti ima mahasamhita. We have understood. And the, what is that? Mahasamhitaha. The great upasana on samhita. Samhita, because, why is it called samhita? Because we had the alambana as the Vedic letters. In the beginning I told you, no? Because the alambana, the support was Vedic letters, it is one. And then on that we have got the great objects because of both greatness of alambana, the support, and the object, it is called Mahasagam Hita. Yayevam Yeta Mahasagam Hita Vyakyata Veda. This, whoever does that, there is the pala. Now you have learned. The matter is not over. Your work has not started. When will it start? Today. Because people, I have seen people, this also they chant from 8 to 80. The moment nothing wrong in chanting. In fact, this has got, I am not against chanting. You have to learn chanting. But chanting is not sufficient. Understand the meaning. Understanding the meaning, sometimes you can read the book and understand, but that will not be perfect. You must go to some people who have read it in detail for years. I think for me to prepare this, it took 1.5 months. Because after I finished the 2 classes, one English class, one Vim class, I listened to 8-10 lectures, I read about 5 or 10 commentaries, then I prepared all this. It required, and then one day, I took one upasana. I want you, don't take all the 5 upasanas. Today night, you take only Adhi Loka Upasana. Sit down, start seeing. We chant only that portion, see the meaning, and go. Then you take the next. And when you do that, what will happen? You are going to get some benefits. These benefits that you are going to get depends upon the motive and attitude with which you do the upasanas. I know we don't need to explain. There is what is called as sakama karmas and nishkama karmas. Some people want only artha and kama. I want to get a lot of money, house, building, artha. And kama, I want to fulfill all my sensual desires. Artha and kama. That is called the sakama. Nishkama karma is one who has got, who want dharma and moksha. The technique is dharma. And ultimate what you want is moksha. No selfish motive. Upasana can be same, even here. Depending on the attitude with which you are doing. If you want progress in material and do upasana, you will get it. It is assured in the Vedas. If you want only material benefit, you will get that. And he says, Sandhiyate prajaya, you are going, if you do the, what is that upasana? Praja upasana. That when you do, Adhi Praja Samhita upasana sincerely, regularly, with the purpose, then you will get lots of children, they used to say in the big olden days. Now you will say, you will get the number of children you need. That is all. And those who are in reproductive age, don't mistake me. You told this will get you result, and if you are in that stage, you will get that. Prajaya, Pashubihi. Pashubihi means you will get lot of wealth. You want wealth, you want power. There are people who have done, some people did here in Karnataka, I did, some person did Vajapayam Yaga to retain a chair. But the chair didn't come. Then you might say wrong. This is given here for all the kamya karmas. What did I say in the beginning? The mantras should be chanted without any mistakes. And the kramas should be exactly done. If sakama karmas are done with variations of either the procedure or the mantras, the requisite benefit won't come and it will be counterproductive. That's how the chair did not come. There is a reason why people give danas. I want to become an MP, I give you this. It won't come because there it says, for you to get the benefit, the money that you give in charity, if it has to get the benefit, it has to be earned in a fair, decent, unpolluted way. You take corrupt money, Government of India undertaking. Government of Karnataka, that money if you give it to any charity, you won't get the benefit of any charity because it is not earned fairly. Are you understanding? So, if you have a sakama karma, and if you do it properly in the way it is indicated, prajaya, pashubhihi, and then I will go to the other one also. That is here and hereafter. Annadhyena. You are going to get lot of anna. Adhyena annam, which is very good food. Very nice, what do you call that? Food which gives you a lot of strength and vigor. Nourished food. You will not only get anna, adhyena anna here. So you are going to get all these benefits, whatever benefits. And suvargyena loka, this is when you are alive. When you die, you will get various lokas, depending on the kind of intensity with which you have done, the quality and the quantity of sadhana you have done. You will get boho, povaha, swaha, mahaha, janaha, tapaha, satyam, the various lokas when you die. And from there, you will not get atmajnana, no realization. Swarga, naraka, you will get, but kshine punye, martyu. You have to come back. So, even this sakama karma might give you different lokas, but ideally I would strongly recommend you develop nishkama karmas. When you do it, what will happen? When you do nishkama karma without expecting any power, position, status, house, this and that, when you do it, what happens is, number one, I guarantee you, you will get chitta visharata. Your mind becomes very, you see, try this meditation for 1 week and give me a feedback. When you start adhiloka upasana itself for 2-3 days, you will find your mind becoming broader. Because I was thinking only my 30-40 sight is everything. Are you understanding? You will get that broad mind. You can't avoid. When you do without any expectation, chitta visharata, you will get the purity of mind. You will get chitta ekagrata. And then you become chitta visharata, chitta naishchalya, no disturbance. And then you will become fit. You will get jnana yogyata siddhi. You become fit to get spiritual knowledge, and you become fit, eligible to have Atma Jnana. And this entire Shikshavalli, I told in the beginning, I repeat, this is not going to give you, he is not talking about the Brahma Jnana. It is not going to give you. But the whole Shikshavalli is, have patience, because we'll come to the next one, is called Brahmananda Valli. We have waited for so long. We'll finish Shikshavalli and then come to Brahmananda Valli, and there, if you have practiced all this, what is prescribed in this Shikshavalli, then you become fit, then Dagar. These are the various upasanas, and we have finished one upasana which is indicated in the Taittiriya Shikshavalli, Taittiriya Upanishad, Shikshavalli, and please do it without any kamya karmas. That is my advice to you. But you have got a right to reject my suggestion. You have got, no, I will do that. You want to get stuck, nothing wrong. I want to get married to her. I want this house. I want this. I want to become PM, CM. Even the greatest of the world is nothing compared to the spiritual knowledge that we get. Please do the nishkama karmas. You are going to do, what are you going to do now? You are going to take one upasana per day. Today if you do the Adi Lokam Upasana, tomorrow you take Adi Jyotisha Upasana. Next day you take Adi Vidya Samhita Upasana. Next Adi Praja Samhita Upasana, Adi Atma Bhajan. And please have these four chairs: Purva Rupam, Uttara Rupam, Sandhihi, Sandhanam. And then you will become purer. We will chant this whole portion before we close. Very important. Let us see whether we have understood. Please check yourself whether we have understood it or not. We'll read it together. Be enthusiastic. Join me. Doesn't matter if you are chanting a little wrong. Anyway, you are not doing it with any kama karma. No problem. Mistakes are pardoned. In Nishkama Upasana, variations in chanting, no danger. What else you want? So we'll do it. Sahanau Yashaha Sahanau Brahma Varchasam Atatassagham Hitaya Upanishadam Vyakyasyamaha Panchaswadikaraneshu Adilokamadijyodishamadi Vidyamadi Prajamadhyatmam Tamaghasagham Hita Itya Chakshate Atadilokam Pruthivi Purva Rupam Dhyaruttara Rupam Akasha Sandhihi Vayusandhanam Ityadi Lokam Atadijyotisham Agni Purva Rupam Aditya Uttara Rupam Apasandhihi Vaidyutasandhanam Ityadi Jyotisham Atadi Vidyam Acharya Purva Rupam Antevasuttara Rupam Vidya Sandhihi Pravachanakam Sandhanam Ityadi Vidyam Atadi Prajam Mata Purva Rupam Pidottara Rupam Praja Sandhihi Prajananakam Sandhanam Ityadi Prajam Atadhyatmam Avarahanu Purva Rupam Uttarahanuruttara Rupam Vak Sandhihi Jihva Sandhanam Ityadyatmam Iti Mamaga Sagamhita Yayeva Meta Mahasagamhita Vyakyata Veda Sandhiyate Pradaya Pashubihi Brahmavartasena Nadyena Suvargena Lokena Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Thank you very much for the patient listening. Thanks for the opportunity given to think.
Friends, tomorrow 14th July, there will be Kannada discourse by Sri Seshadri. We will be speaking on the subject Adivika Vijnana